quick.
Yeah, you bet. So I'm Eric Schroeder with Prime Lending. I've been in the mortgage business for about 20 years and been with Prime Lending for about 15 years. So, been around.
So how's the market right now for buyers?
Market's really good for buyers right now. We saw interest rates take kind of climbed up in the last year. We've seen them go up quite a bit, but in the last 2 or 3 months, we've seen rates drop probably by 3/4 of what they were. So, it's market's really good for buyers right now. So
Yeah, you think they got more negotiation out there considering the homes on the market and days on the market? I think it just makes more leverage for the buyers and for what we're working with now in the market. So if you're a first-time home buyer, are there any like products or strategies you can come up with to help them with the down payment or closing costs? Or
first time home buyers, basically just the term for that is that you haven't owned a house within 3 years. So if you have owned a house in the past, you still might be a first home buyer. So, there's some grants, some second lien programs, T-Shack. I mean, there's quite a few of them out there. Got to qualify for them. But that's something that I look at when I'm talking to a first-time home buyer. So there's some options out there where maybe you could do 4%, which would help with a 3.5% down payment. But you may not need assistance at all. There's kind of some downsides to some of those programs. The interest rates probably going to be higher than what you pay. Some of those products you got to pay back if you sell within a certain amount of time. So, but there are products out there. May not always be right for you though. So,
do you think it's a good idea
which one?
to buy a house?
I always think it's a good idea. If you can buy a house, I actually put a social media post out a couple of weeks ago. It said, divorce the rent. So if you're renting, you're paying 100% interest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing positive about renting, but you divorce the rent, you marry your house. So you fall in love with the house, you find a way to get in the house. And then the interest rate, we say you just date that. Dating means it's short term. Rate's going to come down. They're anticipated to come down. This in 23, I've seen rates being predicted maybe come down around 5.5. Fannie Mae a couple weeks ago put out they're predicting rates maybe to stay around 6 this year. So I don't know. We'll see how all that plays out. But over time, we do forecast rates to get low. Maybe not where we saw them, but to get a lot lower than what they are right now.
That 6% is pretty much normal, though, if you think about it, right? Over the last 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, as a whole, 20 years when I got in the business, we were in the 6s, high 5s. Didn't really affect business back then. That was just kind of the norm for rates. But a lot of the younger folks they probably saw the rates that their parents refied or bought houses at. Now they're looking. And, they're thinking, hey, I'm going to wait till rates get down that low again. Don't do that because they may not see that again.
Yeah, they might not.
Right.
Yeah. So regarding interest rates, as we know, they went up last year. And so they're, 6.5, 6 to 5, 5 and 3/4?
Yeah, I mean, 6 months ago, we saw rates climbing probably right around 7%, maybe just shy of that. But rates are going up and down daily. I've seen them 5.8, 7.5 on a 30. A couple weeks ago, I saw that rate. This week, that same borrower would have been at probably 6.25. So rates went up this week. Last week they were down. So the market's just it's a roller coaster every day.
Do you think it's a good time to wait?
Wait for rates to come down?
Yeah.
No, I would not wait for rates to come down because they may not come down. But if you're looking to get in a house, I would say this. Inventory is up right now. I had a builder call me last night asking me what her thoughts were. Hey, Eric, I got to get this house off my inventory because I want to buy another house. She goes, I'm going to cut the cost on this house. She's going to end up paying about $10,000 towards a 2-1 buy down, and the difference from that money paying the buy down is also going to be applied towards closing cost. And but this builder told me, she said, Eric, I need to get this off inventory. I'm still going to make money on it. It's not what I was hoping, but that's what we're seeing across the board, especially new construction. Builders, a lot of builders got houses on inventory, and they've got to get them off because they're paying a lot of money in interest right now. Banking 10-year, the 10-year interest, or the interest rate that banks are charging right now is I'm speculating. I mean, they're probably charging 8.5% right now. So these builders got to get a lot of these houses off the books.
So what do you think is the advantage of owning a home?
Yeah, owning a home, you have ownership. I mean,
you
it's
gotta live
are you
something.
renting? Are you not? Are you not owning versus owning? I do work with a lot of first-time home buyers. I think it kind of reminds me of when I bought my first house. I was real scared of buying a house because you think of borrowing money for something. Back then, that house was $110,000. It was a brand new little house, that we bought. I was terrified of home ownership, just because I was worried. I don't know why. Because my wife and I, we made enough money, plenty of money to make the mortgage payment and have car payments. So we were fine. Our jobs were stable, but after a year in there, we loved it and wished we had actually bought more of a house, and that's what we did. We got rid of that house, took the equity we made, and bought another house, a bigger house.
Just start snowballing.
Yeah, and then we stayed in that house for 5 years. That second house we stayed in 5, and then we took that equity after we sold it and went to a bigger house. So that's just ownership. Your house will appraise in value. That's a plus. You asked me what the positive is. So your ownership, the value will go up. Interest that you pay on your mortgage, you get a right interest off.
Taxes, property taxes are right off
Yep.
for your taxes. And
That's right.
all right. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us, and we'll see y'all.
Yeah. Thank y'all. Take care. I don't know.